Hi guys, I'm Ezra from Essie.Crochet. Quick tip, if your stripes are doing this, yeah, I hate that. And I wish I knew this tip before I had finished this bag. Maybe I need to frog this. This usually happens when you chain one before joining your rounds. So it kind of shifts everything to the side. If you could see maybe a little bit clearer, this is where I started my rounds, or like joining my rounds at the bottom. And as I went up, it kind of started to slant a little bit to the side. And I have another bag that is just like way worse because I noticed that it was slanting a little bit, and I have used another technique here to join, so it's not as obvious, but I don't like it because it just kind of shifts. And so this line becomes at the front of the bag or at the back of the bag now. So usually it should go up in like a straight line, and that's not happening right here. So I stopped doing that and I started doing this instead. And I'm going to show you here in like this little mini swatch I have right now. Maybe I should undo this last line. Okay. So let's do this last single crochet. Here we go. And now I want to join this to this. So basically, if I just slip stitched and did a chain one and then worked my single crochet in the same space, it kind of adds like a new stitch. So basically when you come to join back the next round, it starts making like a slanting line right there. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is use an invisible join and do not add a single crochet at the end. So let me show you. So I'm going to insert my hook from the back to the front. As you can see here, let me just fix this a little bit. And then I'm going to put this loop on my hook again. And then I'm going to pull through. So there we go. And instead of doing a chain one, what I'm going to do is basically pull this up a little bit and just go into the same stitch, do a single crochet, and then just keep going. Single crochet, until I get back to the end. But if you look closer, I don't know if it's like the best color I've decided to use here. This was the one from my previous round, and it's right underneath it, right? So here, it's not really underneath it because it's like shifting, but now every time you do this, it's gonna come right on top of the last join, which is what you want, because then your seam is gonna be just like a straight line. Well, in this case, it's gonna be a little bit rounded because I'm working on like an oval shape here, but it will still stack. So I'm not gonna have that like shifting or slanting to the side. And it's so obvious when you're working with stripes because you change colors, so I don't know, it just does not look good. And then it also causes this kind of like bunching up. But so yeah, I don't know if this helps. Let me know if you like have any questions. I use this now all the time on all of the bags that I create. And, well, honestly, anything that's rounded and I need to join, because I know that this way it is always going to be a straight line. It is not going to start slanting. It's not going to cause weirdness with my joining. And so I know that it will look polished at the end, especially if you're making something to sell, or even if it's for yourself. You don't want it to look a little bit crooked and weird, right? Like, who wants that? Unless that's your thing, then great. Ignore this at all costs. But this also works with just slip stitching and like to join instead of doing the invisible join. This would still be fine. You don't have to do the invisible joining, but it is a little bit better. And it doesn't like add the edge basically that happens when you're doing like a slip stitch. It's another problem for a different day, but I thought I'd share this with you guys because I wish I knew this earlier, obviously before I finish this bag, because now I might have to undo all of this and I don't want to, but also because it's very helpful. It is definitely a lot cleaner. It stays straight. There's not anything weird going on with it like slanting. So yeah, if this helped you, tell me what you want next. Let me know if you need any more tips. I will be sharing more tips with you guys. So I hope this has helped you, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining.